I do hope John jumps back into the chat. There you go. Bam, that was so quick, man. I was wondering if you'd jump back in. All right, so I just got off set, and I didn't have a clue what I was going to talk about tonight. I was like, crap, I got to do a live stream when I get home. Then I was going to talk about, and then Rollo Tomasi tagged me in a post, and now I have a bunch of material to talk about, which is fantastic. So, without further ado, let's see if we can do this in some kind of meaningful order. All right. Can you all see that tweet? We might have to see if we can enlarge this ever so slightly. If I do this, that enlarge it on your end. Excellent. That does enlarge it on your end. Brilliant. So this is the tweet we are going to be talking about right now. And it was just brought to my attention. So, you know, let's have I'm literally just I've not read this at all. So I'm going to be reading this with you guys. And all I know about this tweet thread is that it is about like porn relationships. So this will be juicy. Let's get stuck into it, shall we? All right. I actually don't know who this girl is. There's a couple of girls in this thread that I do know, but this one I don't actually know. Never have I ever had a boyfriend who was proud of my job. I've had 2 normal boyfriends, with quotation marks, in my adult life. Normal being they don't do porn. Okay, so civilians. Both of which ended in an ultimatum. Porn or them. I always chose porn. I've struggled with that choice, though. Wondering if I've made the right decision. I'm going to stop you right there. I can already tell by the fact that you're questioning yourself that you probably didn't make the right decision. Wondering if I made the right decision. I worry that maybe I lost my chance at love and happiness. You probably did. Knowing I carry the weight of shame around me, I find it hard to believe that someday someone will accept me and love me for all of me. But I can hope. I'm going to tell you right now that someone or many someones are your fans. And they're all the ones that are sliding up in your DMs. They will crawl across broken glass for you. Is that Riley Reid? This is making sense now. Okie dokie. Thank you, Colton. Cheers for letting me know. Yeah, everyone has weird handles. This is obviously her Instagram. Everyone has weird handles on Instagram, so it's you're never really sure who you're dealing with. What did we get up to? Okay, blah, 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 accept me for, I love you for all I am, but I can hope. So this is me hoping that one day someone will be proud to call me theirs and that other sex workers like me can, and that got cut off. All right, so first assessment of this. And feel free to jump in the chat, give your opinions. Would love to hear them. Maybe we can create some kind of dialogue here. We'll see. So, first and foremost, a couple of normal boyfriends who end up giving her an ultimatum. Well, the reason for that is because most men don't like having their girlfriends being fucked by other people. It's just human nature. Sue me. That's just the reality of male nature. We don't really like to share women with other men sexually at all. That's basic human nature. Porn people are a different breed, typically. At least the guys, typically. Not me, maybe. Probably not me. I had that phase. I went through that phase, though. Fair play. I went through that phase. I was brainwashed. You know the guy who used to date her, John? An Aussie YouTuber. Well, I'll be damned. I never really, it was funny. I think it was my first or second shoot out here in the US. When I was brand new out here, I actually got on set and Riley Reid was actually on set shooting the scene before, they just wrapped up the scene before mine. And I actually I recognized her face, but I kind of forgot her name. And she's like one of the most popular porn stars on the planet. So she's probably not used to a jackass like me not knowing who the hell she is. And so she came up and said hello. I was like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I don't think she had a very disgruntled look on her face after I said that. So basically, ever since then, I've never really given a shit about like finding out much about Riley Reid's life. So thank you for updating me, John. Yeah. So first glance at this cry for attention. Dudes don't like sharing pussy. That's pretty much a given. Unfortunately, in 2020 in the West, women find it hard to believe this. Like porn has become like so pervasive that it's like the main, like porn has gone from being like a subcultural taboo, shameful thing to being like the blueprint for like every girl's life in 2020. It's like porn has become so mainstream and so accepted that it like, well, maybe not like this, but you kind of get where I'm going. Porn's become so mainstream that like musicians are basically mimicking pornography in their music videos. Like they're singing about it in their songs, like "Wet Ass Pussy," etc., etc. Like it's so ingrained in Western culture now, especially American culture, that everyone recognizes porn stars, and like porn is so prolific that you even question the notion of like, you know, being like you even bring up the notion of being sexually exclusive to someone, and that's like, ooh, you must be a misogynist. No, like most people don't like sharing their partners. It's pretty basic stuff. So, you know. Anyway, there's one other thing I wanted to touch on in this comment, and we'll move on to some of the replies, which will be juicy as well, I bet. Yeah. I find it hard to believe that someday someone like will accept me and love me for all of me. Well, honey, like I said, all those there is probably, I don't know how many. I think Riley's got a couple of million followers. There's probably a good 500,000 men, thirsty, simpy, white knighty men, dying to be your boyfriend. But no, none of them count as human beings to you. So, yeah, because that's the unfortunate reality of the way women see men. It's like there's men are the guys that they're interested in, and then there's just these like non-existent beings known as the rest of the male population that don't even warrant, you know, consideration as a sexual partner potential. So there's like the girls they're attracted to, they're men, they're the ones they actually want to hook up with, and then there's like these gray amorphous blobs known as simps that just don't count. So this is a great start. Let's roll on. What's the next one? NZA. Let's stop that one. And let's move on to the first of these replies. Let's see if we can do this in some kind of order. And we're going to zoom in. Should you read that? Like I said, this is my first time seeing this myself, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect. But I do know that there's a few girls in here that I know, so it'll be fun to see their responses. She has no tits. She's dead to be. I could kind of agree, John. I'm a titty guy myself. I'm like, yeah, because I am the stepdad. Look, I get cast with the teeny girls who have no titties, and my heart weeps. Just give me some big old juicy melons, and I'm a happy man. John, I'm blaming you for this. All right, I hope you guys can read this along with me. Oh, that's the end of her first comment, that bit at the top. Oh, I don't actually know who this girl is, but we'll read her comment anyway. You might be one of the most beautiful, genuine, Let's jump on my screen. I'm going to zoom in one more time. You might be one of the most beautiful, genuine souls I've ever met, truly. You're such a kind and bright soul. All right, you done kissing her ass? Fucking give it a break. Jesus, because your nose Benny Browner right now. Whoever gets you is going to be so lucky. I'm so proud just to know you and be your friend. I don't actually know if this girl is actually her friend. Like girls say this shit to an acquaintance who's a woman. They say this to any woman. Like if they just remotely know them, it's like, you're so beautiful, lovely, kind. I'm so blessed to know you. Well, like come on, like can't be that special if you say that to fucking everyone. Anyway, I always talk so high that I never met a girl who's more down and ready to hype another girl up. Well, I mean, you're hyping this girl up. You're a rare gem, so much love. Like, she just took a whole paragraph, this much fucking text, to say absolutely nothing. There is nothing there. Like, there's no, like, point. Just much text for just emotion. Like, that's all that came out of her on her keyboard. It's just like, please. It's like this wrapped up in like a statement is, I want you to feel better, and like give me clout for it. Like I'm gonna jump on the comment train, and maybe by with you liking my comment of me being sympathetic, the clout will pass off onto me. That's how I'm interpreting this. You can't change my mind. Who's next? Let's keep this train rolling and go with another one. This should be good. All girls know it. You're right, John. All girls know us do this. It's a very, very common thing. I have to zoom in on all these fucking things. There we go. Well, that's very easy to read. Now, I know this girl. This is Adriana Chechik. Right now, Adriana Chechik is a lovely girl. Like, Adriana, tell you what, I've heard, I didn't actually know this. Someone else told me this about Adriana. She has one of the coolest stories of any girl in porn. Like, she is a hustler. This girl makes a ton of money. She actually works extremely hard behind the scenes, like responding to all of her fans personally, like putting in quite a lot of, considering what we do for a living. She is a hustler. You know, like we're selling a free product, basically, like our body, like taking a photo of our body, putting it on the internet. Pretty straightforward process. So for me to say that someone's an absolute fucking hustler, it means that she's an absolute hustler. And her back, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, someone told me that she was actually an orphan or something. So I think, yeah. Thank you, Lux. What are you talking about? She said so much of that paragraph, like, and his follow up. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Well done. All right, what does Adriana have to say? This is insane. You wrote this. I have the same experience and was wondering, did I give up the chance of intimacy to have my own brand and be a sex worker? I'm going to tell you right now that yes, you most likely did. Although I don't know how long ago this was. I don't know if this is like a recent post. I actually don't know if this is old or very recent. I do feel a bit of releasing, knowing someone else feels the same. And this is kind of what I think. I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of this. All these, hence like the last comment, it's like, oh, I feel the same way. Let's all jump on the hugging rainbows and flowers and unicorns train together. That this is our like little happy fantasy land. I'm sorry you feel this. Text me if you're in the chat. I mean, look, I like that the girls are supporting each other, but none of them are like, they're all still being like deliberately oblivious. Right? It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's happening to you too. What could possibly be the reason? I don't know. Never mind. Like, come on, like we take even I fucking know this as a guy. Like, granted, like granted, as a dude in porn, you don't face the same, like, men and women are different, right? We have different societal expectations. We have different biology. There's different imperatives as relative to us, you might say, to our biology. So, like, I don't really cop shit for being a porn star as a guy, right? But even as a dude, I know that there's going to be a bunch of chicks out there who don't want to date me because I get my dick sucked for a living. I'm perfectly happy to accept that fact. Yet somehow this is seeming to go over some of these girls' heads. Like and look, I like Adriana, don't get me wrong, I like her. But there's a degree of like willful ignorance here. You know, like you want your cake and eat it too. Like, come on. Get with the program. Who we got next? JSMX. I would love for you to join. John, let's invite you. I'm just gonna drop it. I'm gonna message it to you on Twitter, John. All right. Where are you? Boop. Let me know if that works. There we go. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Where are we at? JSMX. Whoopsie. Give us one more. There's a couple more replies to this too. It's gonna be good fun. And we're gonna zoom all in. I also know who this girl is too. I've never met Kendra personally, but I do know who she is. She's KS Library Girl is her handle, and that's because she got famous because she was, I think, she either got fucked or she sucked some dude's dick in a library, in like at a university library, and it blew up and went pretty viral on Pornhub, and that's where she got her name from. So, I'm going to message you on just. You on Twitter. Now, what does Kendra have to say? I feel you, babe. It's hard with the sad face, but you made the right choice. Did she make the right choice? If she's sad about it, I don't think she made the right choice. If she's fucking like regretting it. Look, here's the thing. Like, okay, yeah, she's made a shit ton of money. I know she's made a shit ton. We're talking about Riley Reid. If what this young man said at the very beginning of this podcast was accurate, we are talking about Riley Reid. So she has made a shitload of money. So you'd like, if like making all this money was not worth it, you know, like instead of she would if she's, is she sad because she's made millions of dollars? No. Well, not millions of dollars, but is she sad because she's made a ton of money? No, she's not sad because she made a ton of money. She's sad because she can't find a lifetime partner, a life partner. She's at that age where she doesn't want to be she doesn't want to run the streets anymore, as you know, some of the guys in the Hot Dude Army might say. But it's like, fuck's sake, babe. Like, she didn't, Kendra, if she's fucking sad about it, I don't think she made the right choice. She's kind of saying, here's what she's at. She's questioning her own life choices. And all these girls are like enablers. You know, it's like an alcoholic being like, oh, I feel so bad that I got drunk. And then everyone else is fucking at the A meeting jumping and being like, it's okay. Getting drunk is great. It's like, fuck off. That's not what we should be doing. What do we got here? Elizabeth, you ever think this content is ever going to get you on some porn sales girls that do? Oh, fucking, there's a bunch of girls that hate me already, mate. Don't worry. They don't all hate me. Don't get me wrong. But there's a couple that fucking hate me. Don't worry about it. Look, I'm going to say right now, I was initially very apprehensive about expressing my honest opinions on things. 100%, I was very apprehensive about it. And then I just started going on some podcasts and just being more and more honest and talking to guys. And it's people like you who are supporting me and watching my content and engaging with me that make me keep going, because it's like, oh, well, like I'm obviously building things outside of the industry so that I don't have to rely upon porn anymore as my primary source of income. So it's quite liberating to go from a stage of being fearful to express your opinions because you might get cancelled to being open and honest. Now, John, how you doing, sir?
Oh, I had to participate. Anytime I see the modern Western woman suffering, I've got to get a piece of the pie.
Welcome, John from Modern Life Dating to the stream. I look, normally I do this segment solo, but mate, you're perfect for jumping in on this chat.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out who these YouTubers were. Daniel Filippo and Michael Filippo. They are. Shucks, what is their YouTube name? Raka Raka. Do you know Raka Raka?
No.
Huge Aussie YouTubers, and one of them is a complete simp. You could see when he was dating. I think she may have just gotten dumped by him. But they have hella clout, and they have like 6 million subscribers on YouTube. They're pretty well known in Australia.
Damn.
And one of my buddies he's a YouTuber here, and he's friends with the Raka Raka guys. And then he went to LA with them, and then I saw that Riley Reid and them were in the same house, and I was like, I saw my buddy taking pictures with her. I love it. I'm sorry, but girls are so dumb. Like, duh. Like, of course you're getting dicked down for a living. Like, you are. It's sad to say, but the ideal guy that you want, like, he's with a woman that has a low body count.
Here's the thing, like, so yeah, you're saying this dude like 6 million subscribers or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, so in that first tweet, she's like, I'm hoping that someone will love me for who I am. Like, her standard for like what is acceptable, like a man that is acceptable to love her, is a fucking famous YouTuber. Like, her standard is like up, like is where I am right now on the fucking moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's where her standard is. But these guys stand, like, because these girls do date pretty famous dudes. I mean, I actually I very briefly dated a chick who went on, I think she's fucking married to him now, or at least engaged to him, who went on to be engaged to Hulk Hogan's son.
Oh, wow.
He's like a fucking DJ out in Vegas.
Yeah, but she's not marrying him. She's marrying that Hulk Hogan legacy. Yeah. She wants some of that Hulkamania cash.
Yeah, basically. But there's like, but you do get dudes like dudes who aren't like complete simps. They're like, they've got clout, they've got status, who end up partnering up with these chicks. But after a while, like, it's like the allure of like banging a hot chick, the allure of banging a porn star wears off. Yep. Basically, after the honeymoon period, like once the quickly becomes boring, it's like, oh fuck, I'm sharing my woman,
I mean, it's honestly like they're unsavable, these girls, because they're so like, we could easily save them. We could easily be like, oh, this is how you fix it. But at the moment you tell them that, they don't want to hear it. These girls literally, they think they can have it all, and they want it all.
That's a shame. It's a goddamn shame. And I feel sorry. Like, honest to God, I feel sorry for them sometimes, because they've been fucking brainwashed. The women in Western society have been brainwashed just as much as the dudes have, to believe like a complete fucking lie,
Yep.
To believe that there's no ramifications and consequences for your actions.
Yeah. And, I mean, men are nice enough to tell them, hey, that's it's not a good idea, but they're just like, oh, you're just oppressing me with the patriarchy, blah, 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 and whatever. I'm like, all right, you know what? You go out there, you suck that army of dicks, sister, and that perfect man is waiting for you at the end of that fucking rainbow of penis.
It's only that simple. And that's the thing, and they all like this comment Kendra's put in, like, just don't ever stop being you because you're perfect. It's like they just fucking perpetuate this. I was saying before you jumped on, they're like enablers. They're just perpetuating the problem. It's like, well, Kendra, she wouldn't be fucking sad if this was like the correct like life path.
Mm-hmm. Did you see my comment in the chat about them? It's every girl in Instagram. They're always doing this. I put a comment in the chat here on the YouTube.
Yeah, up the top here, right?
Yeah.
All girls in the West, yeah, exactly. Like all girls in the West do this.
Above that one.
Uh-oh. The She Has No Tits one?
No. Maybe did YouTube suppress it?
Ooh.
I said, oh yeah, there's one in between. I said, can you not see that one, bro? These girls.
No. I can't.
Oh wow. Maybe YouTube shadow banned it. I said, bro, these girls give the illest hand jobs as they jerk each other off in the comment section of Instagram.
Yeah, I can't say that one.
Yeah.
That must have got shadow banned.
Let me see. We'll throw it up there again.
That is an accurate description.
This happens with normal girls too. This happens with girls. This girl yesterday, she's like, somebody captioned this photo right in Tokyo. And this girl hit me up and then she was like, yeah, we should hang out. And I was like, sure, let's hang out. And then all of her friends are like jerking her off, telling her how fucking gorgeous and fantastic she is. And I put, because she captioned this photo, I put, this is what too much filters and too much makeup looks like. And she blocked me. They can't handle the criticism. They actively seek a delusion.
Yeah, that's a good way of phrasing it.
They actively pursue a delusion.
Yeah. Let's read on, shall we? I think we've got a couple more to get through here. This is from my friend Joanna Angel. As a matter of fact, I worked for Joanna last week, and Joanna's another girl I will actually give praise to in this industry. This girl's been doing this for like 20 odd years. She's actually a hustler. This girl is a complete hustler.
I like it.
Let's read through it. The type of person who makes you quit porn for love is also the type of person who will try to control you in any decision you make about anything forever. Let's stop at that first sentence for a second. What do you think of that statement, John?
They try to control you in any decision you make about anything forever. Sounds like you're still rebelling against daddy.
Yeah, the type of person who makes you quit porn for love. Like and she even bothers to put in like for love as well. Because I could understand, like, take away the for love in that first sentence, right? And I'll read it out again. The type of person who makes you quit porn is also the type of person who will try to control your life, right? Let's just abbreviate it to that. Okay, I can see someone making that argument, but she actually goes a step further and puts in, like, if they make you quit porn because they love you, like, then they're, like, really controlling. That makes fucking no sense to me.
I mean, I think if you love somebody, you would be like, listen, like, I can help you escape from this world.
Well, it's like, I don't want to fucking have to share your vagina with like a million people. You know,
how many girls do you know, honestly, that are in porn that are truly, truly happy with their life?
Well, I don't bother asking them, John, for a start. Second of all, there's this. It's like when young girls post on like Twitter and Instagram about how depressed they are and shit. It's like that's like the new virtue signal, is posting that you have depression or BPD or
anxiety.
Yeah, that's the other one. Bing. Anxiety. It's like this is a badge of honor that they put out there now. And then it's so fucking predictable, man. I've seen two different girls do this during the quarantine. You watch them on their Twitter feed. You watch them go from being lovely, adorable sluts that everyone is like super, super keen to work with. You're like, yes, I hope I get booked with this chick today. And then you start seeing her tweeting out more and more feminism.
Oh,
and you're like, oh no, she's going down the path. She's going down it. She's like, patriarchy this and patriarchy that. And then within a month or two, she shaved her fucking head. And she's a lesbian now, apparently. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I love it.
I don't, because I liked having sex with those girls.
I agree. I that is my personal sick pleasure. I just love seeing Western women self-destruct. I just love it. I just wish I had cheddar cheese popcorn every time I watch it.
You're okay though. You're in Japan. You don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get out, dude. Join the winning team, man. Come to Asia.
Oh God. What does Lex have to say here? Donovan always puts it best. We don't control you. We set boundaries. You don't follow those boundaries. We're gone. That's actually a great way of saying it. It's like, because there's a difference between like setting boundaries and enforcing boundaries versus what a lot of dudes do is try to do the ultimatum game. So they'll get in a situation with a girl like this, right? Like deep down, the dude doesn't like the fact that she's fucking other guys, but he puts up with it, right? He doesn't enforce a boundary. He just puts up with it. And then once the honeymoon phase is over, he's like, oh, well, time for an ultimatum because I'm sick of this shit. And it's dishonest. It's like he doesn't have the balls to say what he wants up front.
I've scrolled. I think it's funny too about this, the Riley Reid photo we're talking about. I like how she posts this photo of her like, I'm so sad, I'm so depressed, whatever. And she's completely naked showing her ass.
I didn't even see the photo. I just saw the comment. Oh, is the photo of her like showing her ass?
She's laying down in grass. Here, I'll put it in the private chat for you. She's laying down in grass, completely naked, showing her ass.
Oh my fucking God.
And then there's a comment there. This guy, JDesi66, he said, the one comment of truth, you did it to yourself. And then the comment that replies to it, I was waiting for the reality comment.
I'm looking at the photo now. I'm not going to put that up on the feed.
No, definitely don't.
Terrible idea. But it's like, could you get any more fucking
the you did it to yourself comment, dude? Some like the comments under the fake comments, they have a lot of likes on them.
Oh my God.
Like this one guy has 975 likes. It says, think about this way. Would you really want to date someone in an exclusive manner, but they are out fucking other people as their job?
Exactly. That's the thing. I've had this conversation. I've had this like argument with escorts back in Australia all the time when I used to work as an escort, and it was like, and I knew what their answer was always going to be. I just got off on like pissing them off by bringing it up, and I'd be like, well, you work as an escort, surely you allow your boyfriend to fuck around, right? And it'll be like, oh, what do you mean? That's a completely different situation. I'm like, for fuck's sake, like you're sucking dick. And she's like, no, it's just work. I'm like, okay, tell me this. At any point, and all the dicks that you have ridden for your job as an escort, at any point did you orgasm? Or at any point did you enjoy yourself? And they'll be like, and I'll fucking weed this answer out of them. Be like, well, yeah. And I'm like, bingo, motherfucker. It's not just work. You're enjoying yourself. So your boyfriend should be allowed to get some strange pussy on the side, as far as I'm fucking concerned. But they'll all like plant their foot down. Anyway.
Yep. And I did a little deep diving on her profile. Looks like in July she turned 29. So
ooh, ding ding ding. We have a winner.
Father Time by TKO.
Undefeated. Undefeated champion of the world. How you doing, buddy? So you're up early. Good on you. Don't know what you're doing listening to us idiots. But thank you for joining all the same. What else did Joanna have to say here? They will hold it over your head as if you did something wrong, as if you cheated before you even met them. Okay, let's analyze that for a second, because it's like that she's talking about like, yeah, basically a dude bringing up the fact that you have a sexual past and it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why are you getting in? Like, again, I'm bringing up back to this sort of ultimatum situation. It's like, well, why are you getting into that situation if you have a problem with it in the first place? Like, have some fucking balls and set some boundaries. And then obviously they're so desperate for pussy, and the fantasy of fucking a porn star is so alluring that they compromise and they end up in a situation like that.
Yep.
Quitting won't even be enough. They'll get mad if you hang out with anyone in porn. Probably because you'll fuck them. If you ever get recognized anywhere, if any photo from any old scene ever pops up anywhere, They'll fight you about it. You apologize for things you didn't do. You'll try to hide things you're actually proud of. You didn't choose porn. You didn't choose porn. You chose yourself. Come on, Joanna. I like you, Joanna, and I respect you, but this is, come on.
I mean, again, that's fine. You can choose yourself. I can choose to eat Domino's pizza every day, but that will make me a fat motherfucker. And you can choose to suck 1,000 dicks in your lifetime, and that will make you a single miserable bitch.
Yeah, there's consequences. Like,
yeah,
it's like you want to have your cake and eat it too. Well, unfortunately, there is and a lot of dudes are waking up to this.
Yep.
Like a lot more men especially in the Western world, are sort of waking up to the fact that, like, wait a minute, like, we don't really want to, get into a relationship with someone who has a very, very extensive sexual history. It's like, okay, well, because it becomes harder and harder for you to be sort of an ideal partner in her eyes when she's had like 1 billion.
It damaged these bitches, bro. Like, I don't care what anybody says. The more dick a girl sucks and fucks, the more damaged she is, man. Like, men, we get stronger by going through hell. Women, you have to preserve them. Like, that's what's been happening since the beginning of time. You show me a woman who's like traveled around the world and been through a lot, and I'll show you a bitter woman. Same thing for a guy, and I'll show you a strong man that probably has at least 3 girlfriends.
Yeah, right. I don't know who this girl is, but she's got a blue check mark, so she must be important. I was living the same situation since I found my current boyfriend, and I'm 32 with an ex-husband who never ever supported me.
Still on your mind, eh?
Yeah. I'm thinking about him. Who never ever supported me. Don't stop believing in life and love. The right person will come into your life. I'm telling you, the right person is in your fucking followers list, Riley. He's that one of those 500,000 men is your one. The right person will come into your life and will make it even more precious. The right person will accept you totally and will support you for all. Do not allow anyone else to corrupt your life, making you doubt your choices. You perfect just the way you are. It will come at the right time. It's like fucking, like, what's even sadder? Not just this circle jerk bullshit that's going on here, but the fact that some men think like this is even more fucking depressing. Like that last sentence, like, you're perfect just the way you are. It'll come at the right time. Any man who fucking thinks that is destined for depression and disappointment and a fucking slew of problems.
I'm chasing my male friends' validations. All my male friends are like, you're so fat, you need to lose weight. I'm like, I know, I'm working on it. I'm like, I've compensated by becoming rich and popular on YouTube, but I'm working on the weight loss thing. But they're like, you're still, Myron Gaines is like, well, you're still fat, motherfucker. Like, I know, I'm working on it.
Dude, why do you think I'm fucking streaming every day, guys? It's because of this motherfucker right here. This guy in the screen below me told me to do a live stream and to do it every fucking day, and I don't want to let him down. So even if I've spent fucking 11 hours on set, I haven't eaten a goddamn thing. The first thing I'm doing when I get home is jumping on here and streaming for you, just because I want to earn the respect of my comrades.
Yep.
And I use the word comrades.
Don't pull a Corey. Don't pull a Corey Capella and give up after a month.
I don't know who that, I hear you talking about this guy all the time. I got no idea who he is.
That's a good way to be. Keep it that way.
Problematic says, who wants to pay for something everyone else got for free? Well, no, they didn't get it for free, but they looked at it for free. So they didn't get to it, and that's why they do it, because they want to feel the pink. Simple as that. It's the allure. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I totally get it, because like I've worked with girls that I used to masturbate to in my 20s.
Nice.
And there's that allure. I've done it like 5 times now. There's like that allure of like, holy shit, I'm actually like with the person that I have had these sort of erotic fantasies about, So I get it, guys, but you've just got to like take a step back and stop thinking with your dick for like 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Like, when we were talking about it the other day on the stream, where they're like, oh, the guy was like trying to tell me like, yo, you don't know what it's like to date hot chicks because you've never been with hot chicks. That's why you don't want hot chick. I was like, no, you probably don't know because I've been with hot chicks and they are, dude, I know this girl. She's so hot. She's miserable and like empty inside. And she's only 20. Like she just sits there and she just like drinks and she's like, I'm just like a biological waste dump. That's all I am for these guys.
I've thought about that. I've heard you say that. I think I heard you say that yesterday when I was watching one of your Patrice O'Neill breakdowns, and I'm starting to really resonate with that. Like the idea that, like, because obviously I've dated a lot of, I've dated strippers, I've dated porn stars, I've dated escorts, and I've dated like hot civilians. You know what I mean? So I've like, I've had a Whitman sampler of vagina, and it's like the ones that were like the nicest, the least hassle were like the 7s.
Yep.
And like maybe a well-trained 8. Like most of the 9s were just like fucking bull in a china shop.
Man, I say it all the time. My girl is a 6 out of 10. My main girl, I will confess to the world, she's a 6 out of 10. But she is a 10 out of 10 with obedience. And that's what I need. I don't need your attitude. I don't need your opinion. I don't care about your opinion. That I'm on my path. I'm on my vision, which is to become fucking rich as fuck and popular as fuck on YouTube by helping men. And that right there is the only thing I care about. Everything else is secondary. And she sees the vision and she's down. I've had hot girls that told me like, oh, your channel, it's misogynistic. It's, gone down the laundry list of things. And I was just like, yeah, what's your vision for us? Where are we going? She's like, well, I just want you to be a moral person. And I'm like, I am a moral person. Just because you feel a certain way about my opinions online doesn't justify your feelings at all. It's your opinion, which is not even backed up by logic. It's just what you feel. That's all it is. And hot girls, they're not used to being challenged because everybody's so nice to them because everybody wants to fuck them.
Yeah. It's like they've been taught to like sell something that no one wants to buy.
Yeah.
Right? They've been taught to sell like hypersexuality and and to sell sluttiness. And yeah, guys will fuck you. No problem.
Yep. But
they haven't been taught to like what to do to keep a dude around. It's like, okay, well, like listen to what he fucking tells you to do, follow his lead, and don't be a cunt. It's like a pretty straightforward stuff. But and here's the thing: like, if anyone who's watching this, particularly anyone in my industry who's watching this, who might want to cancel me for expressing my opinion, who might perhaps think that I'm coming at this as a misogynist. I'm not coming at it as a misogynist. A misogynist is someone who hates women. I fucking love them. I love women. And that's why I'm saying this, is because I don't like, I'd much rather the women I know be happy than be fucking miserable and be led astray and be lied to. I'd much rather be honest and try to set them up for some joy and fulfillment in life. But no, telling the truth and being honest makes you a woman hater, John.
I just think it's like that's just the go-to thing in the West. Like, if you disagree with a woman, oh, you must hate women and you think all women belong in concentration camps. And it's like, just calm down. I definitely agree with you on the concentration camps part, but I don't hate women. Oh man,
Mike has a good point here. It's okay. There will be born again Christians and find a nice Christian man when they get desperate enough. There's a few porn chicks who end up becoming born again Christians, but it's actually not that common.
Jesus can't wash away those sins. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just. I mean, look at Mia Khalifa is a great example. They just find a dude, like they use their clout to find a dude who's pretty high value, who doesn't give a shit that they've been.
That dude is a simp, though. You ever watch him? You ever watch his videos and body language? That guy's a total simp.
I haven't.
He's a chef. He's a total simp, dude. R.I.P. man.
Yeah.
She's gonna be. Look, the thing is this. Like, the hoes are like guys who use steroids, right? And once you get off the juice, you get a taste of that fucking dark side, that power. It's that temptation is with you for the rest of your life. You may clean up, you may, you're like, okay, I'm going natural, bro. But then like, you start you get a little nicked up in the gym here and there. And you're like, all right, I'm just going to do one quick, like 3-week cycle. And then the next thing you know, you're just all, geared up again. And these girls, same way, like our modern culture for these girls, it's pretty sad, but it's like, they're so addicted to the validation that comes from whoring themselves out that once they put it up on the shelf, they want a taste of it. They're like that retired, they're like an NBA player who like retires but comes back. You know what I mean? And then he just ends up going to like the Timberwolves or some shit.
It's I mentioned this. What did I can't remember which podcast I mentioned it on, but it was like, look, all of these girls, like I have no shadow of a doubt that Riley Reid will end up marrying some guy, and she will end up with some semblance of the life she thinks she wants. I have zero doubt about it, because every single one of these girls has like millions of thirsty simps lining up to wife them. Mm-hmm. When they decide to hang up their boots and move on. They've got unlimited choice, because most of these dudes can't get over the fact that they're like their fantasy girl, and they're willing to like compromise on every. They might not even have a boundary. Yeah, they're that fucking enamored with vagina of any kind that they'll do whatever it takes to get it. So it's like, okay, well, you get what you fucking deserve. Yeah.
It's so sad, but at the same time, like, I mean, that's just why I have total faith in you and your YouTube pursuits, just because you're a smart guy, you have a hard worker, and you're not a simp, which is like, it's like he's sad that I even have to say like congratulations on not being a simp, but like that's a thing these days. Like, oh, you're not a simp, like you're gonna make it, Kai.
The bar is fucking low. I feel bad. I'm like, whenever I think of, like, when I look back and think objectively, like, oh, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I think that I have like a split second of like, yay, and then I have another split second of like, fuck. Like, I'm not struggling to like reach the relative upper echelons of like being a man in 2020. And I'm like, fuck, it should be harder than this. I should be like bleeding out my eyes or something, but no, I'm just getting paid to get my dick sucked instead.
Not a bad thing.
No, not a bad thing. Riley also, I think this is a follow-up comment to her own post. This is Riley again. I haven't kissed a boy in 6 months.
Doubtful.
Since quarantine, I stopped shooting, and I haven't been intimate with any guys. So I've heard a few girls say this during the quarantine period. They'll like jump on Twitter and like be like, I'm so horny, I haven't had dick in like 3 months, blah blah blah. But then like, and here's the thing, like, part of me is inclined, like the little bit of blue pill that's still left in my fucking head is inclined to believe them. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers lie all the time. Like, mm-hmm. I shouldn't be fucking taking like what they say at face value, because they'll interpret it, they'll use their like hamster wheel to rationalize to themselves that they're telling the truth.
Yep.
When in reality, they've just left out a convenient fact, and that convenient fact might be a penis in them.
Yep. And again, let's not leave out the point. Let's not forget that this is attached to a photo of her laying down fully naked.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So someone took that fucking photo. Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not that was there's a chance it was one of her female friends that took that fucking photo, whatever. Mm-hmm. But we all know there's like a billion simps lining up to be the Instagram boyfriend and take that photo for her.
Oh god.
Plenty of orbiters, plenty of guys in the friend zone who would be taking those photos for her as well.
God, I'm living the dream, man. Just by not being involved in that circus.
What else we got here? I'm starting to struggle emotionally with going back to work, though, because I don't want the next boy I kiss to be for work. I want it to be for me. I want to value and care about the next boy I kiss. I want him to value and care about me. So this is me not kissing any boys, but really wishing I had one here with me to kiss. Like this post, if you'd oh, fuck off. Like this post, if you'd kiss me. You son of a bitch.
Can't help herself.
Fucking
She cannot help herself, bro.
It's like that fucking post the Twitter cringe I did. Was that yesterday that I did that? Where Lexi Law was like, drop your photos below and I might I might give them a like. I'm looking like boyfriend applications open, put your photos below and I might give them a like. 0 of those fucking photos that were posted in her thread had a like on them. Same as this bullshit. She's not going to kiss any of you motherfuckers that give this photo a like. She's kissing none of you. Get over it. It's like, oh, like part of me is like, I'm still not 100% certain if like she believes her. If is she deliberate? Like, does she know she's being manipulative and like it's just a total ploy, or does she believe her own bullshit and she genuinely thinks this? I don't
believe it for 1 second.
She's so used to putting up photos of her ass and leaving like thirst traps like this at the end of shit that it's just a natural instinct now.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a woman, so I just automatically don't trust her.
Oh my god. What does Taj have to say here? Does it piss you off a little bit that some of these chicks will make a shit ton of money, hire a financial manager who would invest it decently well, and still marry a simp with gravy train? Look, if I could very easily get annoyed at like, you know, the gender pay gap in my industry if I wanted to. Yep. If I decided to focus on that. But you know what I'd rather focus on? I'd rather focus on improving my fucking life, making more money, getting better. Like, it doesn't do me any fucking good to like focus on it. I'm aware of the disparity. I'm aware of like the unfairness of the situation I'm in. Whoop-de fucking do. The world's unfair. Life's fucking unfair. Suck it up. Drink a cold glass of concrete and move on. Mm-hmm. You know?
Is that an Australian thing?
Yeah, it's an Australian phrase.
Oh, I love that. I love that one. And I'm not here to fuck spiders.
That's a mining phrase. I never really heard that until I started working with this guy who worked on the mines, and everyone used that fucking phrase. That we're not here to fuck spiders. I actually wrote this phrase. I learned a new phrase today on set. Would you like to hear it?
I would.
You're as useless as 2 monkeys trying to fuck a football.
Is that an American thing or is it an Aussie thing?
Apparently there's an East Coast American phrase. 2 monkeys trying to fuck a football. Add that to your repertoire, everyone.
Have you heard you're about as useful as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest?
Yeah. One of my favorite ones, you know the movie Dodgeball?
Yes.
The coach, the dodgeball coach, he has this fucking brilliant line where he's like, you're as bad as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop.
Oh, my God.
That is one of my fucking favorites.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, it's brilliant. What does Loxeth have to say? That Riley Reid comment shows a side of women. Sex is not purely physical. There's a fantasy behind it, a fantasy she hasn't felt in a very long time. It's not even the sex, man. It's not the sex she's pining for. It's like the feeling of like having someone looking after her.
Yep.
The feeling of like intimacy that you get from having a man in your life, like that feeling of protection and safety and comfort that a woman gets from having a man in her life. Like that's what we offer them, you know? So, of course, it's problematic. Says it's simp bait. Absolutely. 100% on the long guys in line. Oh, Colton says that are you referring to the monkeys in football comment, Colton? I didn't know it was a Southern comment as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, fuck that. All right, well, do you have anything else to add, John? Because if you don't, I am probably going to get some dinner.
No, I'm gonna go have some dinner myself. But I just wanted to come in and support the stream, and
You sir.
I just can't believe that this is even a problem, like, for them, because it's like, do you not like? And this is the problem with the Western chicks, right? Is they not all of them, but a large majority of them, they refuse to deal with reality.
Yeah.
They refuse to deal with reality.
And
it's like,
if you point out reality, you're a bad guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Are we still on for tomorrow?
We are.
Excellent. To everyone watching right now, first of all, smash that like button and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're enjoying the content we're putting up. I've been putting out every day here. Also, tomorrow on Men Are Talking, me and my friend John here are going to be doing some body language breakdowns from one or two of the interviews I've been doing lately. And maybe probably one of the better ones, John, was actually, I sent you 2 links, and there was one that I did like a year ago on someone else's podcast. That's actually pretty good. If you have a quick look at at least the first 10 minutes of it, it's actually pretty juicy.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
We're going to do some body language breakdowns. John here will be critiquing my body language and analyzing the body language of the porn stars I interact with. So this will be very, very insightful for you guys. Do you want to give a quick plug for your body language mastery course while you're here?
I think we should save that for them to use your affiliate link tomorrow.
Good point. Thank you, John.
Such a good friend. I am such a good friend.
I love this guy. Simple. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And